Podcast. I'm here with all of the hosts, Brady, Diablo, Marin, Pougle, and the Turtleman. And my name is ReverseJosh, and we have very special guests here. We have rileymarrillia and Batu or Kaleb. I don't know what you want to go by, but yeah, they're the guys behind Shallow. So
what up?
Give yourself, guys, introduce yourselves a little bit.
All right. Yeah, I'm rileymarrillia. I am the guy who is behind that one show that you see, maybe you haven't seen on Storyfire, Shallow. Yeah, I work on it with my friend Kaleb here, Batu, whatever he wants to go by. But
Kaleb, Batu, Idiot. I don't care.
Yeah, I work with my friend Idiot here. We make a good show for you guys that I hope you guys enjoy. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Plenty more to come. We got some good stuff planned. Yeah. So, Kaleb.
So my name is Kaleb. I work on the show Shallow, which is on Storyfire with Riley, as he said before. I kind of make YouTube content, but not really. I also do another podcast. Should I? I do another podcast.
Jesus Christ.
And
what podcast are we talking about, Kaleb?
Well, I don't know if I want. I could plug it. Is that allowed? Is that a thing that I can do?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, Flame Gang podcast. New episodes every Saturday. I'm on that with Riley and a couple of other people. Yeah, that's basically me. So, eat.
All right. So
He said Flame Gang.
Yeah.
In the BLAZEClan Podcast.
Yes.
That's not allowed.
We got a lot of questions about Flame Gang coming up. So.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
We're on that Flame Gang shit.
Let's do it.
So who in here wants to ask their first question?
I'll go ahead.
All right.
What up, Pougle?
Pougle.
How many seasons do you plan on doing for Shallow?
500 million.
Well, dang.
No, but seriously though, probably in as many seasons. As of right now, there's no set number, but it'll just keep going on until it doesn't need to go on anymore. Basically,
as long as people want to keep watching it, and we're growing, the show's growing, more people are watching it, it's getting more traffic coming to it. Then we don't really have we're passionate enough about it where we can just keep going on with it and just keep making it for as long as we want until like Kaleb said, until there's just kind of until it just kind of dies. You're like, all right, we don't need to do this anymore. Case closed.
So if you guys enjoy The Simpsons, then you're in for a treat on Storyfire.
yes.
The Samsons.
Samsons
2.
The Samsons 2.
Who wants to ask the next question?
What's your favorite band?
Like every answer is gonna start with.
It's a tie between probably Slipknot or an Orlando-based band called Trivium. For me, they're both metal bands. They play guitars and bass and do a little tip tap on the drums.
Favorite band? That's tough. I don't really. I like different bands, but I don't know. A lot of people that I like artists, they're just kind of one-man shows. So it's hard to really put my finger on one specifically. But I like all kinds of music. So pretty much anyone.
All right. Brady, Diablo, or Marin, you want to ask a question?
Awkward sounds.
What was your thought process when creating Shallow?
It's kind of like just because of my sense of humor, I get into a mindset where I just wait, so the question was what goes through my head during the creative process?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really, really explicit here, and just be honest. Basically, what comes to mind when filming Shower, what goes through my head, is basically just like a process of like literally imagining the show as a cartoon. In the sense that like putting them in like an animated setting in my head and then seeing how that would play out in real life. In terms of the jokes, pretty much it's just like we play off like one central main theme in terms of the jokes. But yeah, that's basically what goes on in my head.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a it's just a thing where I try to we'll come up with like an episode idea, and then we will also like look at the episode idea, and we try to like I take a lot of inspiration from South Park in this sense, where they take real world stuff that's going on that everyone's talking about, like a trend or something, and then they work it into an episode somehow, or they make fun of it. That's what we try to do a lot of the time, is like make like we literally like we'll get together and we'll say, all right, what can we make fun of? Like, what can we talk shit about? And then that's kind of how we write an episode, and we make a storyline, out of it for that one episode, and then just kind of reference things that are going on. Like, for example, I'll just spoil this because I don't give a shit too much about spoiling this, but for the season finale of Shallow that's coming out soon, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the whole girl that was abusing her dog thing, and that went like viral and everyone was fucking talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so so there's a very obvious reference to that in the season finale that I think everyone will really enjoy. But just stuff like that where people can see it and be like, that's what they're talking about.
What do you mean? There was like 3 incidents.
Well, we reference the 2 that we are referencing, and we don't just come straight out and like say like, yo, you see the girl like abusing her dog? Like, no, we just reference it so that if you're smart enough to understand it, you'll get the reference. But we the 2 things we referenced was the girl who spit on her fucking dog like an asshole, and then the girl who threw her dog in the dryer, which is again why. So those are the things that we reference, and plenty of other shit too. Just anything that's going on.
I have a question. If Riles and Drew were to cross over to any Storyfire video series, which one would you want it to be?
Like currently that's out?
Yeah, anything that's currently out.
Can I pick 3 or just 1?
You could pick as many as you want, I guess.
Winter's Edge. Yes.
Obviously.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was number 1.
If you're open to it, Pougle. If you're open to
I'm
it.
open to it.
Heck yes. I'm gonna plug Kyle here, and I'm gonna say Stolen Coast. And what else? I'm thinking. I'm not just sitting in
Oh, you
silence.
said 3 because you had like 3 that you couldn't choose like in between. So you're like, I need to choose 3. I have 3. It's like,
I'll pass it over to Riley.
Okay.
I agree for the most part. I think Shallow would be cool to like merge with Kyle's series Stolen Coast on an episode. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, Winter's Edge, obviously. I mean, who doesn't want to, do that? This is I'm personally excited to actually plan something like that, because that would be fucking cool. I would be in Winter's Edge. I would do that. Riles in Winter's Edge and Drew in Winter's Edge. We can make that happen. So I would do that. That'd be cool. I mean, I would say Apocalypse Coming, but it's not happening anymore. Yeah, I guess those two. Those two. Those are a solid pick.
Brady or Diablo, you guys got any questions?
Yeah, and I guess this kind of goes off of Marin's question about like the success of Shallow. You posted to Twitter recently, and you said that you will never cross the line, dance right on the line.
Yes.
So I was kind of curious as to you and Caleb's, what makes you guys like that way? Like, what is it about like?
Right. So that's always been my sense of humor, kind of, is to, because when I made that tweet, it's obviously talking about like, what lines can you cross with, what lines can't you cross with comedy in general? Like, what stuff can you not say? What stuff can you do without, getting in trouble? And obviously yeah, and my sense of humor is very it's it's not PG at all, and it can get into like kind of topics that people can get sensitive about, and that's if Shallow is very explicit sometimes, and so we try to tackle topics that people could find maybe offensive or something, but I fucking love like I said, like walking my ass along the line, because I want to see how close I can get to that boundary of like, yo, like it's like a shock value thing. I feed off of that. I love getting people's shocked reactions to things. I just find that fucking hilarious, and it's the thing is it's not like everyone else. Like, that's how I want to be unique. One of the ways I want to be unique is just people are always like not expecting what's to come from Shallow.
That's awesome. So you just kind of like keep pushing the envelope a little bit more with each episode, or
right? Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yep. I mean, it's not necessarily every episode has to get worse and worse, but just having a constant theme of like pushing the envelope, like you said. And it's even with everyone. I feel like everyone kind of, not necessarily like with crossing boundaries or anything, but with every episode they want to have it get better in some kind of aspect, whether it's just quality or anything else. And it's like that with Shallow too, except not just quality. We want to see what other topics we can cover, and even what's his name, what's that one guy who made Storyfire? Fuck, what's his name?
Oh man, shit.
No idea what you're talking about. Who are you talking about?
What is his name? You know the guy who made Storyfire?
Something Nugget.
Somebody made Storyfire?
Yeah.
I remember seeing a thing with him with Psycho series. He said like, oh, you got to get crazier and crazier because more people, the people have a bigger expectation for you, and I got to make it crazier every single episode. Well, it's kind of similar to that. So
nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a question?
I have one. So, we know that Drew in Shallow is like the one who has the most common sense of most of the characters, and Riley, when compared to Drew, is like crazy. So, would there happen to be like some hidden backstory as to why Riles is so messed up? Or is it just in his DNA?
It's mainly like, in terms of like backstory, I think a good way to put it is it's basically in his DNA. Like, that's just how he is, and due to years of being like that, this is the result of what he is now. Like, just crazy and very explicit, and not like empathetic in any way. Just kind of in like how
he's almost psychotic. He's almost
sociopathic.
Right. Like he would, in a scenario where he were to kill someone, he would probably fucking kill someone for a joke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Yeah, he's fucking crazy. When I came up with Riles like 7 years ago, some shit, 8 years ago, I've always had the idea to make him fucking crazy. So he's always been like that. They've all kind of stayed the same with their personalities since day one. So he's just born like that.
Does anybody else have any other questions?
Well, I just want to kind of like elaborate on that because I feel like, I mean, I know I can attest to this that, like, hello universe, but like even in real life, like I feel like we all have that one friend. Even like for me, it's my best friend. Like your best friends or whoever, they're like the ones that either you're that friend or they're the one is crazy, and then you're kind of like that dude that like. It's funny, what the hell are we doing? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys like any of the others have friends like that. But I really see that like in Shadow, and I think it's awesome.
It's good that you can like relate it to it like that, like relate Shallow to your life like that. That's kind of in a way that was kind of partially like a goal with the characters as well, is trying to represent like those like just that. You know, with Riles being that one person in the friend group that's always just wild and outlandish and crazy and all that. So like hearing that was really cool.
That's like the one thing that I do really connect with is I'm like, man, that reminds me of so and so, and then I can see myself, being like that. So yeah, for sure, you guys are doing a great job when it comes to like relating your characters to real people.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the episodes, Riles and Drew are constantly arguing, and it seems like they fucking hate each other from first glance. But we're trying to put in more moments, kind of heartfelt moments where you actually see that they are friends, but there's like a love-hate relationship there, if that makes sense. Like they don't get along, but they're friends. So yeah.
So we asked our BLAZEClan Twitter, our BLAZEClan Storyfire, and our Discord for questions for you guys, and we're gonna go through all of those now.
Sweet.
Starting with Twitter, Raging Trollers asked, if you appeared in the BLAZEClan Chronicles, putting aside your cameos from previous episodes, would you be enemies or allies of the BLAZEClan?
If you appeared in BLAZEClan Chronicles?
Yes.
Is that what the question was?
Yeah.
I would say either or. I mean, it's fiction. We can do either or.
Riles and Drew, or what are we talking about
Well, if it was Riles and Drew, I feel like they would be allies or like friend, like good people. If it was us, and then I'd say enemy maybe, like Kaleb and Riley.
I would think the opposite.
Yeah.
Really?
Because Riles and Drew are very, just exaggerated characters. I feel like they would. I mean, is Riles really gonna like be buddy with BLAZEClan Chronicles? Or BLAZEClan?
Yeah, no, actually, you put it that way.
I mean, honestly, he'd
that
probably.
makes a lot of sense.
Riles doesn't even give a shit about Flame Gang, so I don't think he would like. I don't think he would. I think they'd be enemies of BLAZEClan in that. But I mean, Riley and Kaleb, us in real life, I think we could be allies. I think we can be civil.
Yeah, Riley was already in the last one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the void.
In the what? Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean,
maybe we can get you guys in another one.
Yes.
Either you guys
Yeah.
or Riles and Drew.
Like actually have you guys like in there. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'd be down.
I was imagining like you would be the villain, but instead of genuinely harming us, you would just try to get in our way, eventual, or something like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like you'd be the villain.
what the fuck is the story with it? Is it you guys in real life? Like BLAZEClan Chronicles? Is it just a bunch of different stories, or?
I always imagined it was actually us.
Yeah.
Like I read it, I've read it. I've read here and there, and I'm maybe I just haven't followed from the beginning. But all I remember is it was just like random talking about people appearing at random, and I think I appeared with fucking milk or some shit. That's all I remember.
Like, I think it's good because like makes the viewer wonder. Like, you gotta think about it. You all seem normal, but I have my turtle shell.
Yeah, that's
You
not
gotta think of it
normal.
like that. So it really makes makes the reader wonder, what in the world am I reading? Is this,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
but
it's
we
all
give every-
people or not?
crosses through
I feel like
UFO.
everybody is themselves. Like
Kind of.
stories, like you are yourself, and then like so you act like yourself in the story. Because I mean, we write all this shit like in the voice chat, so we're talking and just randomly writing. We're like, hey, that was funny, or maybe we should do this instead. As we're talking, we kind of like write for each other sometimes. Like, man, this is something you would totally say, like Diablo or Josh, and put that in.
Right.
Mhm.
We give everyone like their own stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
Like Josh from Comic Con.
So it's like inside jokes.
Yeah, me and
Basically,
Walmart.
yeah.
Don't even know how that happened, but it did.
Yeah, and Brady is a milkophile.
A milkophile?
A milkophile?
You heard him.
Diablo, you gotta
Oh,
explain.
literally all of my stereotypes, I have no idea where they came from, but
Yeah, I
They
gotta
come from
hear that.
Diablo's
So is
dreams.
it?
I think that's where the
What the
Walmart
fuck
one
is a
came.
milkophile?
Lost in Walmart.
Actually,
like,
don't
what
tell
else
me.
at all?
Just don't tell me. I
I
don't
don't
know if I
even
want to
know.
know what a milkophile is.
I mean,
That doesn't
Brady can
sound good.
explain.
I'm
I
interested.
have no idea what a milk
What in the
pile
world
is.
that is?
Do you like prey on cartons of milk or something? Like
Prey on it, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound
go
good.
to Walmart and just scope out the fucking milk section with binoculars, trying to look for the
Fucking-
perfect fucking gallon.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he
Yeah, that's me.
he
You're like
kidnapped
sexually
the milk's-
attracted to milk.
Yeah, yeah, he kidnapped the
Mhm.
milk's kids, and that's why he got taken in the void by a carton of milk.
Yeah, I mean, back to the ally shit. Like, moving away from the milkophile
Yeah.
talk for a second, and just really getting back into the allies conversation. Yeah, I could see I could see it either way. Like Kaleb said, it just depends on what character. Like if we're playing Riles and Drew or Riley and Kaleb, and I would I'd be willing to be in whatever a fucking another BLAZEClan Chronicles story that you guys do, and we could write. So, do you guys have a lore or something? Is there like a
They're
antagonist?
all connected, but I mean, it's kind of whatever we make.
Yeah, they're all like connected, but at the same time not really. Like in the
There's
second
always
one,
Frank.
in the second one, Pougle died, but then he's like
Oh,
alive in the
shit.
next one.
Yeah, he
So-
got AIDS.
He got AIDS and died.
Is he the milkophile?
No, Brady is.
Associate.
Oh, Brady's the milkophile.
Yeah, that's why he.
And
I'm not gonna go into that again, but
so Pougle got AIDS.
Jeez.
Yeah, from Frank, from Always Sunny.
Right.
He's
Yeah, I
he's
saw
a
that.
consistent throughout all of our stories. Is Frank
Yep.
comes and like messes with us, and
Influ-
So he's like the main like villain of BLAZEClan
In a way.
Chronicles.
kind of. I'm the only person
it's
that
kind of like an
doesn't
anti-hero.
like him fully.
Yeah, he's like Josh's antagonist, but we all like get sick of him too. But at the same time, like I don't know, we don't mind him too much.
Yeah.
I think
Alright.
at this point he's a pretty big antagonist for Diablo as well, just because how the last one ended. But I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
Frank and Damien are friends, but that's about it.
huh? Yeah, if you guys want to write something, Rouse and Drew, into another episode, and then just let us know. And you guys could probably make something out of it. I'm sure.
But yeah, we'll come up with something.
Yeah, we'll figure
something.
something out.
We could make it to where the BLAZEClan visits shallow waters at the college.
Right. I
And we
mean,
find
That
them.
would be actually pretty good.
yeah, just do that. That'd be
Season 2.
funny.
Season 2 coming soon. We got
Alright.
another question here from Dylan DeVille. He says, "Yo, Riley and Beitu, what's up? It's the Shout Out King Dylan. What kind of adventures is the Flame Gang up to in Flame Gang Adventures?"
They are adventures that will be recorded on video. Basically, like There's probably going to be, I'd say, less than 10 episodes of the series, all leading up to a certain point in time, which won't be revealed. But it's kind of like a horror-based, like, deal with the devil kind of series. I don't really think there's too much I can go into detail about. But yeah, those will start coming out probably like monthly, maybe.
Okay.
The Storyfire. Yeah, they're up to some
Nice.
adventures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna
Yeah,
do like other stuff, like the music video and stuff, or is it like the music video and then just the series and then it's over?
It's kind of like basically. Well, we have a couple of other like forms of media that we're testing out in terms of like producing content. Not gonna reveal like what those media formats are, but pretty much like we're still gonna do the podcast, Storyfire series, which will have an end sometime here in like the next year and a half. And then after that, there will be a continuation of it, but that's all I can say regarding that is that the video series will continue in some way.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
Mr. Vivid or Derek asked, "How has Shallow impacted you guys' lives since its release? Any good changes or bad changes?"
I'll start with this one. It's impacted. Personally, it's impacted my life quite a bit. Just because I've always, I mean, I've had the idea of Shallow for I don't even know since 7th grade, 6th grade, and to see it actually come to life and have people watching it and getting feedback on it is fucking really cool. And we have a lot of fun making it. It's a lot of the acting, or not the acting, but just a lot of the creation process comes off very naturally because we all have a good chemistry with each other. We all like get along, and it's as far as bad things, like as far as how it's affected me in a bad way, not really. Other than like stress, I mean, there has been some times where it's been stressful, and even when we had, earlier in the series, it was definitely getting stressful to the point where it was causing like, conflicts with each other, like the whole team, like Josh and Ethan, who played Tyler. It wasn't because of us like just being dicks to each other. It was actually because of the show was taking a toll on us, and it became very business oriented, where we had to, we were focusing more on Shallow than we were the fucking, friend group with each other. So it became very stressful. It ate up our lives for a moment there, where we were just like, we gotta get this episode out. We gotta fucking do this. We gotta fucking film this. The show has caused some stress at times, but it's not. We've learned to not let it get in the way of friend groups and stuff like that. So it's that's the only bad thing that's ever come out of it.
Like, no matter what
Kaleb?
series you make, I have respect for video creators because all the stress they're under, and the fact they have
Right.
to go in a certain time limit, and if they don't release it by that time, the fans usually get angry.
Yeah, to respond to that, basically, like, when we were first starting to do it, we thought it could be like a weekly or bi-weekly thing, where, we put out an episode weekly or bi-weekly. Shallow, I think, Shallow's changed my life a lot in terms of the sense of I learned a whole lot about creator's block and like writer's block. And a lot of that I think is caused by stress, but there was definitely a lot of stress that came from like trying to rush the episodes out and trying to get them out as fast as we can so we can maintain growth or whatever it may be. Now it's not that it's like more of a casual thing, but the show's a lot more late now. Just taking it a little easy with it, while still putting in 100% full effort. Taking it easy with the show, I think, is like kind of like the best way to go about it going forward. Yeah, that's how it's affected my life.
We have one more Twitter question from Digimar Official. He said,
Oh, here we go.
he said, "Why do I get hard every time I see Mr. Bear?"
You know, I'll tell you what, bro. When I hear the Monster Inc. theme, my dick starts to get a little chub too. So, from that perspective, I understand why your penis gets hard when you see Mr. Bear. But another thing you got to understand is that Mr. Bear is a Mike Wazowski doll from Monsters University that was probably bought at Downtown Disney or something in Orlando. It's literally a doll, so kind of having this sexual attraction and like this hard on for this doll, it's kind of
I just got fucking.
It's your choice, It's your choice whether or not you want, your dick to get hard because of a doll or a woman or a guy or a snake.
What
or
the
whatever.
fuck are we talking about? What was the question?
Talking about Andrew's or Digimar, I apologize. His dick getting hard when he sees Mr. Bear.
Oh,
We're not
Yeah.
gonna
I mean,
judge.
to be fair,
I didn't know that was a
I've seen
choice.
on My Strange Addictions,
whose doesn't?
where this guy had a relationship with his car. Anything's possible. So
Yeah,
did Roger
yeah.
Taylor.
I mean, if he's into it,
I mean, no judgment at all.
yeah.
So Roger Taylor and some random guy off TV have attraction to their car. Anyone can have attraction to their anything.
I agree. I mean, I'm sexually attracted to Mr. Bear. I mean, I'm not saying that as a joke. I know this is a funny podcast. We like to make jokes and everything, but I am sexually attracted to Mr. Bear. Like I'm sexually attracted to the doll that we used to film Shallow, and I know like that's that takes big balls for me to come out here and say that on the internet publicly, but I don't want anyone to like throw hate at me or anything, but I do have a sexual attraction to the doll, and I have engaged in sexual activity with it, and I don't take any shame in it because it's 2019 and I feel that that's what makes me happy. That's what makes my dick happy. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just
I hope you guys can
Riley.
support that too.
Yeah,
because
I can
whatever makes you
100%
happy.
support that.
I mean, I support it.
I have a question
I just-
about it though.
I love him. I love Mr. Bear.
Did you molest Mr. Bear?
He consented, so I mean, there was consent involved.
Is
And
it
that
like, is it like just the doll, or is it like, if you watch Monsters University, like?
Oh, I don't give a fuck about Mike Wazowski. He's an ugly bastard. But I love Mr. Bear.
Okay.
Like the doll. Like I
Yeah.
He's great sex too. Like, mwah, fantastic.
Fantastico.
Nice.
Might have to try that out one day.
I don't want anyone to make fun of me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I got too comfortable and
No,
I
it's
just
all
started
love here,
talking.
No,
Okay,
it's
good.
okay.
Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to do like TMI.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, I love Mr. Bear. So I agree with you, Andrew, or Digimar. If anyone doesn't know, it's fucking Andrew. It's the cop on Shallow. I'm just gonna say it. It's the guy who plays the cop on Shallow. He asked that question. But yeah, Digimar, I fully agree with you, and we can share him if you want. I'm into threesomes.
Wasn't in character when he asked the question, okay?
Who?
Do you mind?
Oh, Digimar?
That answers that one.
I mean, it might be in character. I don't know. Is the cop sexually attracted to the Mr. Bear? We'll have
Maybe that's why
to.
he tries to arrest him
Explore that.
We'll
in
have to
another
explore
episode.
that.
several
Second
times.
episode.
Definitely explore that.
Mm.
Well, actually, I'm not even gonna say anything, but we will find out.
Okay.
All right. That was the last Twitter question. So on to the Discord ones. News Stories asked, "Is Riles inspired by the character Cartman from South Park?"
That's a good one.
Yes and no. Yes, like it's like there's a lot of qualities that are very similar to Cartman. Because I know when I came up with Shallow like a long ass time ago. Obviously, I knew what South Park was. I watched South Park and I found it funny. And when we said like I was talking to my friends and I said I want to play like the asshole, and I think one of us said like, oh, like Cartman, like, and I was like, yeah, pretty much like the asshole of the group. And then it kind of just one thing led to another, and we said, oh, we want to make Shallow like a cartoon, but in real life, so we want everyone to wear the same shit. So we need to wear like stuff that's very recognizable. And so, you know, Tyler got a tie-dye hoodie, and of course Riles got the bright red hoodie, which is very similar to Cartman with the red, just all red. So it's, yeah, there's a lot of similarities there, a lot of inspiration for the character.
We got 3 questions from Dylan DeVille in the Discord. First one is, when can I be on the Flame Gang podcast?
In the future.
Yeah, I don't have much of an answer to that, to be honest. I mean, anytime you want, man. We can do one right now. Whatever you want.
Leave and starts a podcast with Dylan.
Right
It's
now.
fucking leave
Man.
mid podcast.
No, we can just throw Dylan in here like right now.
Let me just invite everyone from Flame Gang in here, and then would you guys mind leaving real quick while we just film?
Yeah, sure.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bud.
I have to keep Josh in here so we can keep it rolling, but Josh, you have to stay in here.
Oh, yeah, I gotta stay in here.
Yeah. I mean, jokes aside, anytime really. But I know you've asked us, and I think one of us I think it was Double Pulls, responded to the question saying like, "Oh, we're packed right now. We'll get back to you," which we do have some guests planned and stuff, but I'm sure we could work you in somewhere and interview you or something.
He also
We'll come in
asked-
contact with you.
He also asked, do you have any more songs planned for the Flame Gang? Because he really enjoyed FYT.
Yes, technically yes. As of like this current moment, and like, I don't know, releasing something in the near future, I'd say no.
Right.
But later down the road, yes.
We have music planned, but we don't. There's not a specified date on when we're gonna actually release that music.
Mhm.
I know I made another song, or I'm making multiple songs actually, and Caleb's actually helping. We're making some songs, and I don't know if that's going to be on Flame Gang necessarily, or we're just going to release that under our own names, probably just our own names. Just because I don't, you know, Flame Gang music, that's a whole nother ballpark. That's not really related to the music that I make personally, or me and Caleb. I mean, it's the same kind of music, but long story short, there is stuff planned for Flame Gang as far as music, but there's also stuff planned for just me and Caleb aside from Flame Gang.
Give me a second.
I will say, Riley, you do have some good rapping skills.
Thanks, man. I try.
Dylan's last question is, what if there was really a Jewel apocalypse?
Yeah, I'd fucking die.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'd
That's not
fucking,
even-
I would die. It's not even like something you should joke around with. I would
know.
be dead. I would not be currently alive if there was an apocalypse relating to the Jewel. Yeah.
Wait, why though? Like,
Why?
Would you, like, be? How would you die?
I would. Well, I mean, considering the fact that it's an apocalypse and like everybody's going crazy, it's probably gonna be like the Purge. So like, I'd probably like, I don't know, just like get stabbed or something and left in a ditch.
Over a Jewel.
Yeah, probably.
Fair enough. I would do coke. I would do a fair amount of coke.
Never
So
mind. I
if
wouldn't
if I
die.
can't Jewel, then I'd snort some
It's the
coke.
price to pay for Jewel.
Got to get my
What about
fix
the
somehow.
weed?
Yeah.
So nicotine, if that's cut out and everyone's like, you know, raging about that, then I would just do some coke, do some heroin.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. At least you wouldn't be dead. So
Completely skip marijuana. Just fuck that shit.
That's pussy
Yeah.
shit, man.
yeah, marijuana's for pussies.
Jewel
Yeah.
or other shit?
Marijuana's for pussies.
Pussy.
You gotta do that hard shit.
Pussy drug for pussy people. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I know.
I'm
I
100%
can't fucking
joking.
take anything we take seriously. Like
No.
I say it with the most serious tone, but I am not fucking serious with anything.
Yeah, don't take inspiration from them.
Yeah, go do the
Or do
hardest
what you
fucking
want.
drugs you can find right now.
MDMA.
Don't do that.
Just stick it up your butt.
Don't do that. Drugs are bad unless they're good ones. And fuck.
Drugs are bad
I'll
unless
make
they're
that a quote.
free. And also $20 is $20, so
Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah.
$20.
yeah.
Yeah.
bro. I would.
Remember that one.
I'd suck a dick for a gram of cocaine.
It's not bad. It's not a bad trade-off.
Hell yeah, man. Hell, I'd snort the coke off the dick.
Ah, yeah.
All right.
That's-
All right, let's move off the
Okay.
drugs.
Okay. So over to our Storyfire questions. New stories. He asked another question. He asked, "Will there ever be a Shallow movie?"
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
There will be. There actually will be. Wait. I'm not gonna confirm that. Yeah, there. Okay. Yeah, we planned. You know, we have like a synopsis for a movie and everything. So if we were to make a movie, we know what we would do. As far as when that's gonna happen, who the fuck knows? But I would like to see one in the future. I would like to see a Shallow movie.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a Shallow game. I'd like to see a Shallow, Broadway.
Shallow
fucking
Nerf
cool.
gun.
Shallow
That'd
Nerf
be
gun.
sick.
Uh,
That'd be
What
dope.
is you?
Shallow theme park.
Yeah.
I'd go with it.
Like a Drew coaster.
Like at like the theme park, you walk in, and one of the first things you see is the racist shark.
There's a big statue of like a great white shark just peering out of the water with like 6 white people hanging out of his mouth.
I would like to see a Shallow ride at least. They could
Yeah.
put Shallow ride at like, some kind of amusement park, and that could be fucking cool. That'd be dope. But,
Brian, Jesse, you
yeah.
get on that Storyfire amusement park.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I think they have the funding for it. I think they could really do that. I think they
Yeah.
have loads
Yeah.
of money.
You just have to donate
Yeah.
a Blaze to Jesse, and then he'll pay
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck it. They should make them an amusement park. I really think. Fuck the app. Fuck the platform.
Just
They're putting way too much time into the platform. They could be go out, making fucking rides. And I don't know. Their priorities are all fucked up, man.
You just
I'd
have
be
the
making an amusement
players,
park.
like in the amusement park and just tell stories and shit.
Right.
Exactly.
Fuck the app. Fuck the platform. They ain't gonna beat YouTube. Fuck it. Just make an amusement park. YouTube don't have an amusement park, does it? No. So go make an amusement park, motherfuckers. Go make that shit. I would ride the rides. I'd get an annual pass to that shit. I would
go
do
every
Same.
year.
I'd go day one.
I go
it.
day
Fucking
0.
waiting outside the
Zero.
gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope. It'd be litty titty.
We got 2 more questions from Dylan DeVille.
Wow. Yeah, all right.
He asked, "What's your deepest, darkest desire?"
Oh,
Caleb, you first.
Losing my no. I'm gonna be honest and real here. If there ever comes a point in my life where I could just like travel the U.S. and like vlog my entire trip and get paid for it, that's probably like my biggest desire, like in life. Just be able to have an opportunity to do something like that.
What about your darkest desire, though?
Oh, my darkest desire is in like dark things.
What do you desire that's dark?
Whatever dark means to you.
I really like to brush my teeth in the morning. And then after I brush my teeth, I like to pour myself a nice large glass of orange juice and chug that shit like there's no fucking tomorrow. That's my deepest, darkest desire.
No.
Mm,
No.
Holy shit.
That's something, isn't
Damn.
it? That is
That
You're
was
making
speed-
an
I'm
FBI
speed-
watch list because of that.
You cannot top
that's
that.
something.
I'll record it.
FBI watch list.
Wow,
Only on
Contact them right after
Storyfire,
the
folks.
podcast.
fuck, man.
Might be the first age-restricted podcast, guys.
Perhaps.
Just for that reason.
My deepest, darkest desire is to have a video called Swallow on Pornhub. It's shallow porn. That's what I really want. I want a shallow porn.
I would watch it.
Dude, you can get fucking 9 or 10 grand from one porn video. I think we could. I really think we could go places with that.
I mean,
I think
maybe
people would.
Well,
Just abandon
okay.
Storyfire altogether.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's the
Yeah,
next
just move it
platform.
over to.
I'm leaving Storyfire for Pornhub. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
Swallow.
I mean,
And we're gonna
Storyfire
follow.
already has like all these other platforms worked into their platform.
They're missing
So
one.
I don't think
it's
it'll be
like a Pornhub integration. There we go. Swallow exclusive.
They're working on it. Brian's gonna hear this podcast and be like,
That's not a bad idea.
Bad idea.
I'd watch Swallow.
If Storyfire really, if you and Storyfire are really close friends, you can maybe put it on Storyfire.
Swallow?
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely a possibility. I think it's reasonable to put Swallow on Storyfire.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not porn or anything.
if Jesse's cool with it, I mean,
I don't even know if he's cool with
with a couple
Shallow.
other
So, I mean,
Riles gonna be okay with it.
Riles,
Oh,
are
yeah.
you okay with porn?
I seriously feel like I really feel like at some point like Brian and Jesse are not gonna get along with what's allowed on Storyfire, and they're just like really gonna butt heads
Probably.
Probably.
with everything.
Probably.
And Brian's like the guy that's like,
There's already like not conflict, but they're on different pages because I've actually asked them, or I've asked Jesse, like about something specific that I want to do for the season finale, and whether or not it's allowed, because it's very close to the line of like what can you show, what can you not show, and I have a plan to do something that me and Caleb talked about, and we want to do it, but I asked Jesse, and he was like he sat there and thought about it for a long bit. Because I asked him on stream.
Yeah, we
what's
saw.
Brian say?
He's like, you gotta ask Brian about that, man. But he's like, you got an okay from me, so I mean, I guess do it, you know. So we'll see how that will go down.
Gave you the okay then. Shit. That's something Brian talked about. You really told them that they could do this?
I'm sure
Jesse, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm sure it's clipped somewhere.
Probably.
That's pretty bad. If stuff that we're planning on Shallow, like the fucking app creators, like are like can't agree with each other. If they want to put something, if they want to allow something.
Proud of that. You should be proud of that.
Yeah, Shallow is what kills.
You should
Storyfire.
be one exclusive badge just for that reason.
Well, I mean, it really just depends how dark. If it's something super messed up, then I guess it's understandable why they disagree.
If something super messed up, then Jesse would say no himself. They'd both say
Yeah, it's not messed up.
It's not
but
messed up.
It's very explicit, sexually explicit. It's not porn, but it's about as close as you can get to porn without showing like people. So it's
Oh.
very
Oh.
yeah. It's
no
and-
people born.
The whole gag
Right.
of it is it's fucking it's stupid, but it's funny and it's vulgar. So
No spoilers
Jesse
here.
says he'll allow it, but I don't think he really knows the.
You're gonna post
Yeah.
it and it just gets taken down.
Just like explain it in a way that's like better than it is. Like no, but it's like you just explain it like really like nicely, and it's just this little scene, and then like the actual video is like straight up porn.
I just love how I'm asking Jesse something about it, and he's like, I have to get him like he actually was like stumbling over his thoughts of whether or not he was like, if that's okay. That's so funny. Like Shallow is easily the most inappropriate thing on Storyfire
Oh yeah,
by far, and I think it'll probably stay like that. So
I think so too.
I,
I feel like they're kind of intimidated. They don't know like what we're gonna do. Kind of. They're like, fuck. Because with Shallow, you can literally do anything. It's not very predictable. It's like what they can make a fucking episode where they could put porn up for all I know. Like they could make like they're probably thinking, yo, they can make Swallow. We have no idea. So.
DMs leak and there's like straight up talking. What if they come up with a spinoff like Shadow's really close to Swallow? I just don't know, man.
They're just listening to this podcast right now, like fucking scared out of their minds. Shit. All right.
The last question
Podcast.
from Dylan DeVille is, do you like watermelon on pizza?
No.
Hell?
No. I don't even like watermelon by itself.
Or tried
I'd
watermelon
try
on
it.
pizza.
I'm not even gonna answer that.
I've never taken a piece of watermelon and dipped it on my pepperoni fucking pizza. There's nothing. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. If you like watermelon on your pizza,
It happens accidentally.
rumbly dumptious. Like
How
you go for
pineapple
it.
first came on pizza, right?
Well, like, a pineapple's good on pizza. That's the thing.
Yep.
You know how it first happened. Like nobody in their right mind thought, hey, let me put these pineapples on my pizza.
Well, I'm gonna do that next time I get
They're
pizza.
like, shit. Somehow, pineapples end up on my pizza.
It's technically a salad. Just a combination of ingredients.
Technically, all pizza
That's what I
is
tell
just
myself.
mold.
How could you say something
Because-
so controversial yet so brave?
What, pizza's a
Or learned it
salad?
in science class.
It's facts, not even a. It should be a controversy.
All right.
It was also vegetables. Vegetable, salad, hello? Like,
This is our
Next question, Josh.
this is our last question.
oh,
It
apples
is
and eggs on
from-
pizza.
It's not that. It is. The question is from Slick Stories. He asked, "What episode of Shallow has been the most difficult to make?"
Difficult as in there's different ways that an episode can be difficult. I mean,
I'd say so far the finale.
the
Finale's
finale,
been the hardest so
it's
far.
definitely the hardest film. Is the finale. Yeah. I mean, as far as like difficult with the stuff that we're doing in the episode, like whether it's be like shooting something in public, probably Jewel Apocalypse Part 1 and 2. The shit that we did in public was very risky, and
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised we haven't. I'm surprised we haven't.
It's like the Impractical
Had a cop
Jokers were
approach
to
us.
get a notice.
Huh?
It's like Impractical Jokers were to get a notice because they keep disturbing the public.
Right. I mean, at some points we're literally holding a fucking gun, like, and screaming in public. I mean, in Joe Apocalypse, I have Ryan. It looks like fucking ISIS. Like I look like I'm in ISIS, and I have a real knife, mind you, to his neck, and he's down on his knees in the middle of a fucking park with a family who's walking their dogs in the background. Like, and then
Yeah, I ain't gonna question that.
that was risky. And then in the dance episode, where Riles pulls out a gun on the fucking school campus and is screaming, like that is.
I was so nervous,
That's-
like, to shoot that scene when we did that.
We wanted to like get that done so quickly.
We were like, all right, one take and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
We have to leave.
Wait,
Right.
what? I didn't watch that episode. Wait, what?
In the dance episode, I think it's episode 5. There's a scene when they're at the school, on the campus, like in an alley type thing, and Riles pulls out a gun, eventually, like a fucking Uzi, and starts waving it around at people and like screaming at the top of his lungs. Like I was like legit screaming like loud and just fucking risky because there's security guards like driving around the campus, and if they saw that, they could easily like take that the wrong way, and so yeah, that was fucking risky. That was not good. Oh, and Caucasian shark invasion, of course, when we're on the kayaks and we're holding the pistol and we're, screaming very loudly, aiming it at each other. And those are people's houses in the background. If you look, like at any time, anyone could have come out of their house and just, looked at us and say,
I
"What the
can
fuck are
only
these people
imagine
doing?"
what it would have been like
Yeah.
if somebody to just look out that window and see that.
They probably did, but the thing is, the kind of get out of jail free card that we have is the camera, because it looks like it's obvious that we're we're doing like a student film, we're shooting something, so they don't really think much about like an actual threat from the gun. But it was different with the ISIS thing in the park, because it literally looked like we were filming like an ISIS beheading, because that's what they do, is they film themselves fucking cutting people's heads off. So it looked like someone was filming me dressed up with a knife, like cutting this kid's head off with a knife. So that was not good at all. The more I talk about it, I'm like, why the fuck did we do that? But it was funny, so it was worth it.
Why do we do this?
Anything for a shot, man. Anything for a good shot. Anything for a good joke. I will pretty much do anything. So that was. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we did all the shit that we did.
Well, which episode would you say was the hardest to write?
Kaleb, what do you think? Because I know what I think.
I'd say Caucasian shark invasion. I think that one was pretty hard to write.
I agree.
There's a lot of factors that went into it. A lot of like things that needed to come together. And that was where I hit my creator's block, was that one. Like that was a hard episode to write.
There was a lot of hopping around,
Yeah.
like what we could and what we couldn't do with that episode specifically, because that was like focusing on race, and that was like we didn't want to do something that would have people shit on us and like get angry at us. So that was hard to like make it obvious that it was not offensive. It was just comedy. So that was a hard episode to write, and yeah, I agree. Probably that one and shit. I would say a lot of the newer ones, like Caucasian Shark Invasion, Jewel Apocalypse. There's a lot of like shit going on that we write. A lot of shit going on at once. Sometimes we're getting more into like subplots, like one thing's going on with another person, and then throughout the episode it'll cut back and forth with like different people and what's going on with them individually. Like you see on like TV shows where it'll cut between two different stories in one episode, so it can get pretty complicated. Is that all the questions?
Yep, that's all the questions. So that is it for this episode of the BLAZEClan Podcast. Thanks Riley and Kaleb for being on this episode.
Thanks
Talking
for having
Shallow,
me.
Storyfire, Flame Gang, whatever.
You're amazing.
Make
Thanks,
sure to
man.
follow them. Their links are in the YouTube description. Their Twitter, Storyfires. Put a link for Shallow down there too, so you guys can check that out. Also, follow all the BLAZEClan stuff. That'll also be in the description. Follow all the hosts here. Everything will be in the description. So, once again, thanks guys for being on here. #BLAZEClan.
Check BLAZEClan.